Hey, good morning, and we are going to make low-carb pumpkin bars, okay? So we're gonna start out, and it says to preheat your oven at 325, and you need a 9x9 pan. We're gonna use a food processor and combine coconut, almonds, and pumpkin seeds in the food processor, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and get my food processor out. And I'm gonna grab my stuff here. Hopefully you're having a great morning. And I love to bake, but I like to bake healthy. So we're going to start with the pumpkin seeds. These are raw, and you need a cup. And remember, we talked about these having 18 protein and only a few carbs, so that's awesome. This is 1 cup. So pretty much the whole thing, okay? So that was 1 cup in there. And then it wants the coconut. And we want 1 cup of coconut. Again, the whole thing, okay? I'm not putting that back in my cupboard. So 1 cup. And then we need almonds, and the almonds are 1/2 cup. And I have the slivered almonds. Oops, and I just made a mess. Okay, there's 1/2 cup. And I'm going to pick this up, and I'm going to put that in. Okay, so 1/2 cup of that. And my food processor. There we go. Okay. All right, so I ground that all up. All right, so I'm going to grab a bowl. I'm going to pan out here. Turn my oven on. All right, so now we're going to put this in a large bowl. So this pretty much, because it says this is low-carb pumpkin oatmeal, and I was like, where's the oatmeal come from? Well, guess what? I just got smart. This is your oatmeal, okay? Homemade oatmeal, pretty much, okay? So there's that. And then we're going to use flour. So this flour, again, do your label reading. This is where this is absolutely amazing. There are 6 carbs, 3 fiber, so we have 3 carbs. We have 6 protein, we have no sodium, and we have 1 sugar, okay? And it wants 1 cup. So 1 cup. And then you do your sugar. So you choose what sugar. I'm going to use cane sugar, 1/2 cup. You put these little plastic things on there. Joan don't have any fingernails. There we go. Okay. It's a brand new box. I'm going to go ahead and use 1/2 cup of cane sugar, okay? You can use whatever sugar you want, but read your labels. Be careful with processed sugar, okay? We're going to use baking powder, 2 tablespoons, teaspoons, okay? And something I learned from my grandma was put it in here and add a little water so you don't have that taste, okay? So I'm gonna go grab a little water. And then I'm gonna stir it up. If you've ever had cookies or something and you kind of have a weird taste in them, it's like this. That's the problem, okay? She taught me that. She said, if you're ever using soda, baking powder, and it calls for both, you put them both in there, put a little water, stir it up, and it'll get rid of that bitter taste, okay? So then we want pumpkin spice, and I want 1 tablespoon. Okay. Salt. I know I brought it out here. Here, it was right in front of my face. Salt. Half a tablespoon. I'm just going to pour it in my hand. There we go. Okay. And then it says mix well, so I'll just grab a fork. I have this really big fork. I have no idea where I got it. But I'm just going to stir this up. Okay, so I stirred that up. And then I'm going to open up my pumpkin puree. I just need a half a cup. And again, make sure that everything that you're using, you're looking at these labels. That's very important, okay? So again, I have 10 carbs, I have 3 fibers, so I have 7 carbs, 1 protein, 5 sodium, and 4 sugars. And that's exactly how you should be reading the label, okay? We shouldn't go to sodium first or go to sugar first. You need to make sure that that protein and carb ratio is where it needs to be based on what it is, okay? All right, so I've got half a cup. I need 2 eggs. These are farm fresh eggs. And eggs are 6 grams of protein per egg, okay? We're going to do the oil, which is 1 cup. And again, it says coconut oil, and I can't use coconut oil. It doesn't agree with me. And I'm not going to use quite a cup, okay? About 3/4 of a cup. And vanilla, 1 tablespoon is the cap. Something else my grandma taught me. 1 tablespoon is a cap. And we're going to mix together. Okay, so I'm just going to mix this up. Looks really darn good. So again, remember your pumpkin seeds had 18 grams of protein for a 1/3 cup, and you used a whole cup. So there's a lot of protein in these bars, okay? There's not hardly any carbs at all in these bars. There may be 10 carbs total with all your ingredients. So remember on your meal plan, if I have, let's just say I have 5 protein and I have 3 carbs in one bar, okay? Where would I put that? I'm just guessing, okay? Okay, so I mix that up, and then it says to do a 1/3 cup of chocolate chips, and I use these Enjoy Life. Yes, they're very expensive, but that'll make you so you don't use so many. These are made with cane sugar, unsweetened chocolate, and cocoa butter, okay? 3 ingredients. There's no wheat, there's no peanuts, there's no tree nuts, there's no dairy, there's no casein, there's no soy, there's no eggs, there's no sesame, there's no mustard, no fish, okay? Awesome. But again, you may have to pay a little bit extra for a few things of food, but think about what it's gonna do, and you're not gonna go to the doctor's office. How much is a doctor's office call? It's up to at least $150 just to walk through the door, okay? Then they're gonna try to put you on some kind of prescription, and then that prescription's gonna have a reaction in your body and cause some other things to go on, so it's a vicious cycle. If we start taking control of what we're doing here, wow. And quit blaming your genetics, okay? Let me tell you a little bit about my genetics. My dad's had an aneurysm. He had kidney stones the size of a golf ball back in the 70s. He's had open heart surgery twice. He has a defibrillator, a pacemaker. The man is diabetic. He's on blood pressure he's on 12, 13 different medicines. So and his whole family, there's 16 kids, are diabetic. All of them. Grandma died of massive heart attack. So when you say it's genetics, that's an excuse. Not always, but don't lean on that as a crutch. That should be your holy crap, I'm gonna stop this madness. And I did. Okay? I did. A lot of my brothers and sisters are not on the healthy train, and it shows. But you have to have a reason why you want to live. Okay? So we're going to put this in a pan. Let me get my spatula here. Let me find my good one. There it is. Okay, so I got me a spatula. I didn't even use a mixer. I'm going to put this in a non-stick pan, 9 by 9. And guess what? I know what I put in this pan is healthy. And I can feel good about it. Okay? And so can you. So can you. But you can't do healthy living for 2-3 weeks and expect your body to change. Can you expect it to feel better? Hell yes, you can. You may not be as bloated, but people, it takes 3, 4, 5, 6 years. You didn't get this way overnight, okay? But I know we want to just flip a switch, and we want our bodies to be a certain image, or we want to look this way, or we want to feel this way. It takes sometimes years. Because think how many years it took to get here. Okay? To find this. This is amazing that you can actually eat and enjoy food and shred and be healthy and have energy. So thanks for tuning in. This is just the tip of your iceberg. And I cannot wait to see and meet every one of you. There's 25 of you in here. And say, I saved your life. I helped you save your life, and you saved your life by trusting, by stepping out, by continuing to do. Be consistent. Don't be perfect. Don't, please. There's nobody that's perfect, but just know every day's a new day. And I'm allowed to have grace on myself. And this plan works if I work it. And you can pick it up an hour later. So I ate 2 cookies. Well, shame on me. It's okay. It's all right. And I move on and I just pick up. Okay? Remember that.